We as an industry globally really have not invested as much in our people in some sense as we should, in the skills that go beyond coding and engineering, that you know, we need them to become professional, to become leaders. Leaders don't happen by accident. The challenge with technology is we've created you know, entire generations of people who are very comfortable in depth and detail with their technology. If we look at the skills that are rare in technology that we need to develop, it's very hard to find good architects, people who have a breadth of picture, not just depth, who understand the context. It's very, very hard to find people who truly empathize with the customer as well as understanding the technology, because you've got to apply the technology. So it's about, you know, as we develop professionals in IT, it's about finding people. I was always interested in finding people who asked interesting questions. People who ask interesting questions usually find good answers. And it's the questions that matter, not the, you know, there are plenty of people who are good at problem solving, but pointing them in the right direction is actually the harder thing. It's about getting people with a big picture overview, so that once you have the big picture, all the people who are great at depth, you can marshal them. You see a band with 4 musicians who are improvising. They create music that you could never create individually. It's that combination comes up with innovation and ideas. So for me, when you go on leadership courses and there are conversations around how you build effective teams, I'm always brought back to how effective a band can be, and that you're able to come up with ideas. And we see that in business, in the sense of there's a reasonable amount of data to show that much of the innovation comes from, for example, from interdisciplinary work. So when you get technologists together with businessmen, technologists together with economists, sociologists, that set of different backgrounds, when they come together, end up resulting in something different. And quite often that's the most effective bands you get. You know each other intimately as friends, you've known each other for a long time, so that you interlock as musicians, but each person brings with them a different background and a different set of perspectives. The band I was in London, in Manchester, one guy was a machinist, two guys were electricians. They weren't graduates of university or nothing else. They brought a completely different perspective with them to the music, but together, that amalgam, that mixture, produced something that was unique. Not to everyone's taste, but it was unique. Well, if you look at the cloud, so when we look at some of our customers and how they do things, right, the cloud is a great opportunity for creating ecosystems where different people can collaborate and work together. If you're a CIO and you've got some assets of your business that differentiate you, and if those are exposed just internally in terms of, say, a website or a portal, and you've got employees who front it, you can get a certain amount out of that, but if you can expose them as applications and services, then you can iterate and build new value on top of it very quickly. Now, interestingly enough, if you expose those externally, then you provide an opportunity to increase your rate of innovation, because other people outside of your business can innovate on top of it. And I said a little bit about it last night. So, for example, if you're an e-commerce site, 50% of your revenue is via your APIs. If you open it up, then you can monetize other people's innovation, not just your own. And so, as a CIO, and you're looking to maximize the return on your existing investments in your IP that you have developed that differentiates you, then sometimes opening it up as opposed to locking it tighter down is actually, and it's not always the case, right? But it is a way of attacking the market.